Examination time, isn't it? You're studying hard, aren't you? Need help with question tag? Don't you? So here am I. Welcome to the channel of Doshi Classes. As the start of the video suggests, we are going to study about question tags in this video. Question tags? But what is question tag? Question tags are the short questions at the end of the statement. Tag questions or question tags turn the statement into a question. They are mainly used to confirm that something is true or not, to encourage a reply from the person, to verify that something has been understood or confirmed and that the action has occurred. In this video, we will see how the question tags are formed, what are the general rules for formation of question tag, exception to the rule. If there is an auxiliary verb in the statement, we use it to form the question tag. But sometimes there is no auxiliary verb in the statement. In such case, how to form the question tag? Lastly and most importantly, quick list of modal verbs and pronouns to be changed. Friends, before dipping into the video and zooming into the answer, please do hit the like and subscribe button to be connected. Don't forget to comment as well. Now let's get rolling. As I have told you, question tags are the short question that comes at the end of the statement. They change the statement into a question. Like, Parth is a good boy, isn't he? Jay can dance, can't he? By now it is clear what is a question tag. Now let's proceed with the rules of forming it. A positive statement is followed by a negative question tag. Vedant is a tall boy, isn't he? Vedant is a tall boy is a positive statement. Therefore, it is followed by a negative tag, that is, isn't he? Zara can draw nicely, can't she? Zara can draw nicely is a positive statement. Therefore, it is followed by a negative question tag, that is, can't she? The next general rule is the negative statement is followed by a positive question tag. Example, Imran can't speak Arabic, can he? Imran can't speak Arabic is a negative statement. Therefore, it is followed by a positive question tag. He shouldn't say things like that, should he? He shouldn't say things like that is a negative statement. It is followed by a positive question tag. The next rule is the sentence and the question tag should be in the same tense. Like, Daksh is Indian, isn't he? Daksh is Indian is in present tense. Therefore, the question tag isn't he also is in the present tense. Let's make it clear by one more example. It was cold yesterday, wasn't it? It was cold yesterday is in past tense. Therefore, the question tag is also in past tense. By now, the basic rules are clear. That is, if the statement is positive, the question tag should be negative. If the statement is negative, it should be followed by a positive question tag. And lastly, both the statement and the tag should be in the same tense. That was simple, wasn't it? Well, this general rules changes a little bit with imperative sentence. By now you must be knowing that sentences that have order, request, command or a suggestion is called as an imperative sentence. While forming the question tag of an imperative sentence, there are three things to be remembered. If the imperative statement is positive, the question tag can be positive or negative. But if the imperative sentence is negative, the question tag is always positive. You is the only pronoun to be used. Let's try to understand this with some examples. Like, give me the pen. Give me the pen is a positive statement. Therefore, the question tag can be positive or negative. Both is right. So, how will you form the question tag? Give me the pen. Will you? Or give me the pen. Won't you? Both is right. Come to class tomorrow is a positive statement. Therefore, the question tag can be come to class tomorrow, won't you? Or come to class tomorrow, will you? Both is right. Things are more simple with negative imperative sentence. For example, Don't talk nonsense. This is a negative imperative sentence. Therefore, the question tag will be don't talk nonsense, will you? The question tag of a negative imperative sentence is always positive. Don't open the letter, will you? Now, if you find this difficult, I will give you a tip. If you have to add a question tag to an imperative sentence, use will you. That means if you find an imperative sentence, that means a sentence which have got an order or a request, you have to use the question tag will you. Simple as that. Voila, a great tip, isn't it? Students, if there is an auxiliary verb in the statement, we use it for forming the question tag. Like, Muin is a smart boy. Here in the sentence, we find an auxiliary verb is, and we can use this to form the question tag. Like, isn't he? Muin is a smart boy, isn't he? But sometimes there is no auxiliary verb already in the statement. What has to be done in this case? Don't panic, I will help you out. Firstly, try to figure out the tense of the sentence. When the verb in the main sentence is in present tense, then use the words do or does to form the question tag. Students, by now you must be knowing that the word do or don't goes with I, you, we, they, these, those or any plural, while the word does or doesn't goes with he, she, it or singular third person like Amina, Spruha, etc. Hey, that's simple. We can use do or does if the sentence is in present tense. But if the sentence is in past tense, then use did or didn't. Let us understand this with some examples. You play guitar, don't you? You play guitar is in present tense. The pronoun is you. The sentence is positive. Therefore, the question tag is don't you? Amina likes tennis, doesn't she? They went to the cinema, didn't they? Zara studied in New Zealand, didn't she? Rudra likes to eat cheese, doesn't he? I said that already, didn't I? Imran ate honey, didn't he? The bus stops over there, isn't it? Well, I hope the topic is understood by now, isn't it? Let's take a quick recap. The general rule is if the statement is positive, question tag is negative. And if the statement is negative, question tag is positive. If the statement is imperative, use the question tag will you. Use the auxiliary verb from the statement to form the question tag. If auxiliary verb is not there in the statement, then find the tense of the statement. If the statement is in past tense, use did or didn't. If the statement is in present tense, use do or don't with I, you, we, they, these, those or any plural. Use does or doesn't with he, she, it or singular third person. Use is or isn't if the statement is in present tense. Use were or weren't if the statement is in past simple tense. Now let's try to figure out the exceptions to these rules. Some verbs or expressions have different question tag. For example, I am late. The statement has an expression am and the statement is positive. But the question tag can't be amn't I. The right form is aren't I. Therefore, I am late. The question tag would be aren't I? I am late, aren't I? Therefore, the statements with an expression am in it And if the statement is positive, the question tag would be aren't I. But if the statement is negative, say I am not late. In that case, we can use am in the question tag. That is, am I? I am not late. Am I? By now it must be clear that if am is there in the statement and the statement is positive, the question tag would be aren't you? And if am is there in the statement and the statement is negative, in that case the question tag would be am I? If the statement starts with the word let, then the question tag would be shall. For example, let's go to the beach. Shall we? Now let's go to the next exception. Words everybody, everyone, no one, nobody, each, every, none, someone are singular pronoun. But for the purpose of question tag, they are considered as plural pronoun. For example, everyone loves jalebi. Don't they? Here, everyone is like plural, therefore, the pronoun they is used in the question tag. Let's see one more example. Someone is at the door. Aren't they? Students, the sentence with the words no, not, neither, nobody, hardly, scarcely, barely, seldom, rarely, little, few are negative statements and hence the question tag should be positive. For example, Jay hardly speaks in class. Does he? They rarely eat in restaurant. Do they? They rarely eat in restaurant is a negative statement. Therefore, the question tag is positive. That is, do they? Nobody went to the meeting. Did they? Nobody went to the meeting is a negative sentence. Therefore, the question tag is positive. Nothing is ready. Again, this is a negative statement. Nothing is ready. Therefore, the question tag is positive. Nothing is ready. The question tag is it? For the purpose of question tag, collective nouns are singular nouns. Therefore, the question tag is in singular form. The swarm of bees attacked him, didn't it? The swarm of bees is a collective noun, therefore considered as a singular form. Therefore, the pronoun used in the question tag is also in the singular form. The jury has taken its decision, hasn't it? Students, pause the video and take a quick look at the positive statements with a negative tag and a negative statement with a positive tag. Great, that's done. I hope you have understood, haven't you? You had fun, hadn't you? You liked the video, didn't you? Share the video, won't you? Comment in the dialog box, will you? Make sentences with the question tag and write in the comment box, won't you? Subscribe the channel. I know you had. Thanks for watching.